Yo, what's up, everybody, and welcome to the 1218 show. Mama, see mama, lovedo, lovedo. I don't know why I was in the mood to do that. I'm working on a project in the other room, and some of my classical music showed up, and Una Furtiva Lagrima came on the mix, and I love that tune. It was one I learned to sing when I was in voice lessons years and years ago. So that was just a little snippet of it. Thought I'd throw it out there for you. Anyway, how y'all doing? Today is July the 14th, the day after the assassination attempt on former Vice President Trump. Not former President Trump, not Vice President. On former President Trump. What a wild thing that was. I'm glad that it was not a successful one. But I don't think people understand. I don't think talk to people. I don't think they realize how close that actually was to being successful. People say, "Oh man, an inch or two to the right, and he would have got him right in the face," and that's true. But this guy was 150 yards away. That took the shot, 138 yards, 150 yards, something like that. Between 130 and 150 yards away. When you're looking through a scope with a high-powered caliber like that, you're literally talking about less than a millimeter in the sights. This guy missed from his perspective. He missed, by an inch or two in reality, but from where he was angled and looking, he was off by a millimeter or less. That's nuts, because in that distance of time, in that distance that the bullet traveled, a millimeter would have made up that inch or two. It's just crazy how close that was, and I'm really sad that this is the state of the world and the state of the country. I'm glad Trump's okay, and I don't know if you're out there and you're thinking about crazy shit, or if this is something that you're like, "Ah, man, too bad he missed," or something like that, then shame on you. Shame on you. This is not the way the world should be, and it's not the way politics is supposed to be. It's not necessary. But we haven't had. There was an attempt on Reagan, obviously. Most of us know or remember that. Prior to that, there hasn't been a successful one since, but I guess JFK, Abraham Lincoln. But it's, come on, man. This is, I know that he's not the sitting president right now, so it would be an ex-president assassination or a running for president, whatever. However they spin it, but it's just awful. To think that somebody thinks that that's the answer that's not the answer at all. In fact, that's gonna wake the pack of wolves, man. If something like that would happen and it was successful, man, I have no idea, but that would really, really change some things and really make things scary for a while. I don't know. I don't want to think about it any further than I have to, but just man, I don't know. It's just weird. Anyway, I didn't sign up today to talk about this. It happened, and I wanted to address it, and just say where I stood. I can't believe that this guy stands up there. I don't know. I don't think most people can realize or even imagine what this guy endures on a daily basis. And sure, some of it he brought on himself because he's a little pompous and kind of an asshole in some ways. But not a lot of great people that weren't assholes. Michael Jordan was an asshole. Steve Jobs was an asshole. Ray Kroc was an asshole. There's a lot of really successful, really great people, or really successful people in the history that were actually total assholes. I don't know that I would enjoy a conversation with our former president, but I don't. I also don't want to. I mean, he's love him or hate him. That's up to you. But nobody deserves this unless they were, unless they're fucking Hitler or Bin Laden or responsible for actual deaths of people. That's. I don't think anybody can tag a death to Donald Trump. I mean, it's just insane. This whole thing is just crazy. Okay. And then now, just to alleviate this, I don't want to hear some dumb story about this and try to tie it all together 3 ways to Sunday about how, well, if he hadn't done this and this and this and this and this, then Gaza wouldn't happen or something like that. That's just I'm not even going to entertain those kinds of comments or feedback. So you can keep that shit to yourself if that is your plan or thought, just to disagree or argue with me. There's plenty of people in the world that do that. I wanted to talk about passive income. Again, this is another finance one. Passive income is interesting to me because I think that people are all or nothing. They don't want to build. They don't want to build it, and they'll set their retirement savings up and then kind of build it, whatever. But there's things you can do in your young life or in your working life to start to plan for that and build towards your retirement. Because essentially that's what your retirement is, right? It's passive income. It's money coming into you that you don't have to work for anymore. And so I try to talk to everybody that's willing to listen, or because I enjoy the conversations with the young people I work with, etc., about finances and stuff, and talking about IRAs and how to do all that. But then I was just recently thinking about passive income, because if you can build the passive income to replace the bills that you have in your life so that the passive income covers them, then essentially you're building towards your retirement. So you can do all the other things, but you can also alleviate that. So you say, oh, okay, well, I'm going to use a cell phone bill as our example. So let's say your cell phone bill is $100 a month. I know there's plenty out there that are 60 or 70, some are 120. It depends on your plan, your family plan, whatever the case may be. But for argument's sake, say it's $100 a month. All right, so what if you built passive income just to replace the cell phone bill a month? So you built up enough money that was in an invested vehicle that created an income, a passive income that was delivered to you, and then you could pay the cell phone bill with it for the rest of your life. So you no longer have a cell phone bill for the rest of your life. Okay, well, how let's talk about how you would do that. So I have there's a stock that has been around forever. It pays a monthly dividend. It's awesome. It's called Realty Income, and it's a standard in a lot of portfolios. A lot of people carry it. It's been around for a long time. It's paid dividends for something like 40, 50, 60 years, I don't know, something like that, where it's every single month they've paid a dividend. Even when the market crashed a few years ago, they were able to sustain their holdings and actually increase the dividend during the market crash. Like, they're just a solid financial company. And so it pays right now. When I first started buying it years ago, I think it paid about 21.8 cents per share every single month. Maybe 22 cents, 22 cents per share, I think. Maybe I don't quite remember. But now it pays 26.2 cents per share every month. Okay, so how many shares would you have to make $100? Well, 26.2, so let's just say 26 cents a share. So 10 shares would be $2.60 a month, 100 shares would be $26 a month. Okay? So 100 shares, $26 a month, so we'll multiply it by 4. So you need 400 shares. We're ballparking here. 400 shares of this particular stock would generate you $100 a month. Now you have that asset. It is income producing, and it pays your cell phone bill for the rest of your life, as long as you hold the asset, right? So that's kind of what retirement is. Taking money that you don't have to work for anymore and using it for your life. So what if you started something small like that? So 400 shares. So this particular stock trades between generally speaking, but there's ebbs and flows, but between $50 and $60 annually. Every year it'll fluctuate between 50 and 60 for the most part. Sometimes it dips a little lower, sometimes it gets a little higher, and over time it is constantly kind of climbing. So in 10 years from now, that same statement would be between $60 and $70, I'm sure. It's just with the inflation and the way things work, that as it grows. But right now it trades between $50 and $60 a share. So that being said, to get 400 shares, you're basically going to need about $20,000, right, to buy it. So you buy. So now nobody has $20,000 sitting around, right? I mean, I shouldn't say nobody. Generally speaking, people don't just have $20,000 to pay their cell phone bill. And some people would say, well, I'd just rather have the $20,000 and I'll just make a withdrawal every month and pay it. But at the end of 17 years, between 16 and 17 years, that $20,000 is now gone, and you still have the cell phone bill. If you had put it in an invested vehicle that creates passive income, that $20,000 is probably going to be worth $24,000, $25,000, and you're still going to have the money, and you're still going to be paying your cell phone bill. So what if you took the things in your life and take something very small? Let's say your Spotify bill or your Netflix bill, right? They're about $12, $15 a month, whatever the case may be. Okay, so you need let's just take one bill and just practice what I'm talking about. So we need to generate, let's say, $15 a month for to pay my Netflix bill. Going, or let's say Spotify. I think more people probably have Spotify. I don't know, but between Spotify and Netflix. So let's say let's just say for ease, I need $15 a month to pay my Spotify bill. Okay, great. So you don't really understand how the passive income thing works and all that stuff. So let's just start you a little portfolio, and you buy this particular stock or a mutual fund or an ETF or whatever the case may be. And I'm not talking about reinvesting it so that it compounds for later in life. I'm talking about current, in real time, passive income that's coming back at you right now. So you're like, okay, I gotta build up to get $15 a month with that particular stock that I said. You probably need, I don't know what the exact math is, but I think it's about 70 shares, right? So, 50 shares will give us $12.50 a month, or $13. 50 shares will give us $13 a month. So 60 shares. Let's say we need 60 shares. So what if you said, okay, 60 shares, and that'll pay my Netflix bill for going forward. So you put up that account. Now you're not really. How much are you risking? 60 shares at, let's say, $55 a share. It's not life or death money. We're talking about $3,000 here. So you do it in small chunks. Let's say you buy 5 shares at a time. So every month or two, you buy 5 shares. Before you know it, you're up to $60 a month, 60 shares, and you have that money coming back every month, and you transfer it into your account and pay your Netflix bill with it. Now, you hold that, you pay your Spotify bill, whatever. You hold that asset that always stays with you, and your Spotify bill is now paid for the rest of your life, and you have the underlying asset. And then let's say you take the next one. Now you add your Netflix bill, and then let's say you add your gym membership, and then you add your cell phone bill, and eventually down the road you add your rent or other life necessities. Spotify and Netflix are not necessarily life necessities. Cell phone, when it gets down to it, is not a life necessity either. But in today's society, it's definitely, it's pretty much a necessity to function. But you can survive, if we were talking about apocalyptic times without a cell phone, or if you're homeless or something like that. My point is, if you're not sure about how passive income works, then and just kind of start small. Pick a small bill. Make yourself figure out how to earn $10 a month that you don't have to work for using your own money. You pick something like this particular stock that I mentioned, or there's other ones. There's plenty of choices. Do the research so that you have a solid company that is probably going to grow and continue to grow. Diversify it if you want. Let's say, well, I don't want to put all $3,000 in one particular stocks. So pick 3 or 4. There's several, and I mean lots and lots of companies that pay a monthly dividend, or ETFs that do that. And it's just a way to think about how passive income works. It's also a way to kind of practice how to get there yourself. If you would like to have Spotify for free for the rest of your life, it's not really free, but you basically are purchasing an asset that will pay for it for you. It's basically when you're a kid and your parents pay your cell phone bill for you. How great would it be if your parents always paid your cell phone bill for you? Your parents are your asset, right? This is my podcast today. This is the passive income idea that I've been mulling around. I wanted to kind of throw that at you. Kind of take the little things in your life and start building an income to replace those that's passive, so that you can start building. So that way, when you do retire, maybe all you need, maybe your retirement fund can actually just go to travel and other things like that, because you've replaced all of the necessities in your life with passive income while you were building your retirement fund. It's just a thought. It's one way of looking at it. There are tons of ways. It's not. I'm not preaching it by any means, but I know some people are just nervous to try stuff. They don't trust it, or they don't understand how it all works. And it's an ever-evolving and ever-learning kind of thing. I mean, I still haven't even scratched the surface of all the information and things out there. But I feel like I do have a foundation, and I just think that there's neat ways to kind of figure out your own way, path, whatever. And this is just one of them. This is just an idea. What if you take a small bill that's every month and say, okay, I'm gonna buy some assets that will pay that bill for me, maybe car insurance, whatever it is, and you build that, and then you have the asset. It covers the bill, and then you no longer have to worry about the bill anymore. It's taken care of. Okay, guys, listen, man. God bless America, and I hope that you are enjoying your weekend, and I hope that the coming week is as blessed and profitable and good to you as I hope it is for me. Got some exciting things coming up. I was able to change my work schedule recently, so I have a little more time, which means I'm going to be able to do a few more podcasts here and there. I have another guest scheduled for tomorrow. I'm hoping that it does not cancel. Sometimes it does. And I'm working on my 3rd book. For those of you that don't know, if you go to the website, the1218show.com, you can still buy the other 2 on there. My 3rd one is just about done, and when it is done, I will keep you posted. So that's exciting stuff. Anyway, God bless you all. Hello to the world, and sorry for my little song bit here at the beginning. I was just in the mood to sing to you. I'm working on a song too that I'm going to release. I don't know, just on my podcast, but it'll be fun for you guys, my 7 loyal followers. I appreciate you guys. I really do. All 7 of you. I love it. Thank you for watching. Okay, good. This is it. We'll talk to you soon. Have a blessed week, and peace.